Welcome back to the Daily Threat, your go-to source for all things cybersecurity. Today we have a jam-packed episode with some alarming stories shaking up the cyber landscape. Strap in as we dive deep into these incidents and discuss what they mean for businesses and individuals alike. Our first story comes from Ars Technica, reporting on a massive breach that's rattled Roku users. Over 600,000 accounts have been compromised, prompting Roku to enforce two-factor authentication, 2FA, for added security. But how did this breach occur, and what are the implications? Well, it appears that attackers gained unauthorized access to these accounts through a variety of means, including phishing attacks, credential stuffing, and possibly even exploiting vulnerabilities in Roku's systems. Once inside, they could access personal information, payment details, and even control streaming devices remotely. This breach poses significant risks to users, including identity theft, financial fraud, and unauthorized access to sensitive content. To mitigate these risks, Roku's decision to enforce 2FA is a step in the right direction. However, users must also practice good password hygiene, enable security features like device PIN locks, and remain vigilant against phishing attempts. Businesses can learn from this incident by prioritizing cybersecurity measures such as robust authentication mechanisms, regular security audits, and user education on recognizing and avoiding phishing attacks. Moving on to our next story, we turn to Bleeping Computer, where we uncover a clever yet malicious tactic involving GitHub comments. Hackers are leveraging GitHub's platform to distribute malware by embedding malicious URLs and innocuous-looking comments on public repositories. But how does this scheme work, and what dangers does it pose? Essentially, cybercriminals are abusing the trust and collaborative nature of GitHub to disguise their malicious activities. By posting seemingly harmless comments containing URLs to Microsoft repositories, they lure unsuspecting developers into clicking on these links, leading to the inadvertent download and execution of malware. This tactic not only compromises the security of individual developers, but also threatens the integrity of software projects hosted on GitHub. Malware distributed through this method could potentially infect systems, steal sensitive data, or even facilitate further cyber attacks. To protect against this threat, developers should exercise caution when clicking on links in comments or messages, especially from unknown sources. GitHub itself could also implement stricter moderation policies to detect and remove suspicious content before it reaches users. Our final story takes us to another alarming incident, this time involving a ransomware attack targeting a United Nations agency. The attack, claimed by the Notorious 8-Base gang, has sparked an investigation by the agency and raised concerns about the vulnerability of international organizations to cyber threats. Ransomware attacks like this can have devastating consequences, disrupting critical operations, compromising sensitive data, and causing financial losses. The fact that such attacks are now targeting entities as prominent as UN agencies underscores the urgent need for enhanced cybersecurity measures across the board. Businesses and organizations must prioritize cybersecurity as a fundamental aspect of their operations, investing in robust defense mechanisms such as endpoint protection, network segmentation, and regular data backups. Additionally, fostering a culture of cybersecurity awareness and resilience is crucial for detecting and responding to threats effectively. In closing, these stories serve as stark reminders of the ever-present dangers lurking in the digital realm. Whether it's through breaches, malware distribution, or ransomware attacks, cyber threats continue to evolve and proliferate, posing significant risks to individuals and organizations alike. That's all for today's episode of the Daily Threat. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on cybersecurity news and best practices.